So there is a lot in the trailer that confirms a lot of theories. I will stick here mainly to Corey Michael because that will be a huge amount. So let me just go right to it. Again, full spoilers, so be ready. So I think what's going to happen is Corey accidentally kills a child. He becomes a scapegoat. That we know from the synopsis. But now, this is the part where it gets a little weird. Basically, a lot of bullies will go after Corey. Lori saves him. Why? Don't know. And then he will be treated by Allison, who apparently is some kind of nurse, and they will hit it off. They will become very romantic, fall in love. And for whatever reason, Lori thinks Corey is Michael and warns against getting involved. Corey's going to get angry. But this, I think, is where it's going to get a little weird and difficult. So once again, he's going to get chased by bullies into the sewers. He may spot Michael and keep the secret to himself. And then he's going to visit Michael again. And that's where we pick up in the trailer. It's implying that Michael kills him. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think what's going to occur is what we see. He gets choked, but Michael, for whatever reason, does not kill him. They become partners, and Corey takes him above ground to a junkyard. He helps him, heals him, feeds him, and then at some point, for whatever reason, Corey decides to become Michael Myers and takes the coveralls and takes the mask and goes on a killing spree. And I guess for a lot of it, Michael will be in the shadows. I'm hoping there's a second copycat, and he also does a few killings, but that I don't know. So Corey will go on his rampage. I think eventually he and Michael will confront one another, and Corey will win, and he will defeat Michael, and it seems like Michael is dead. He's not dead, of course. And then Corey decides to confront Lori himself, to kill Lori. Lori defeats him, and I think that's where we pick up with the trailers, where Michael recovers the mask, Corey is dead, and then the real fight is on between him and Lori. Presumably that's the kitchen fight, but I still don't know because that Michael is acting pretty weird. And I do think from the unmasking that's probably James, but I can't tell for sure. So Lori will fight real Michael. She will defeat real Michael and unmask real Michael, and presumably they will end this Michael and kill him. That's not the end of the story, though. I do think there will be an extra twist where, quote, the second copycat will still go after Lori, but Lori's prepared and they will meet one another. She will defeat that Michael and kill him, and presumably that is the quote, real ending. I'm sure there may be more in the actual film. Maybe we'll get an extra epilogue. Maybe she and Hawkins will talk because there seems to be a lot of romance between them. Maybe she and Allison will talk before they leave Haddonfield, but I think that's what will happen. It's basically the sequence of she faces first Corey, kills him, faces real Michael, kills him, but then we will have an extra fake Michael, and that Michael will be defeated. But who knows? Maybe they will pull the trigger and actually kill Lori. Now, why do I think this and what's the evidence? Well, the key thing is the ring. We see Corey having a ring in the sewers, and that ring is very persistent. We also have another bit of evidence is the bandaged hand. There are scenes where Corey has a bandaged hand. So then we can time the scene. So when he's talking to Lori, he seems to have a bandaged hand. This has to be Corey with a bandaged hand. And we see later, one of the copycats, both his hands look healed. So presumably enough time passes that Corey heals his hands and then decides to become Michael Myers. Now, we don't see necessarily the ring in some places. So I'm hoping that's the other copycat, and I've tried to freeze the images enough time. There does seem to be one scene where Michael picks up the mask, and the person who is dead and he has a bloody hand does have a ring. Again, that could be Lori. Lori also has a ring on her finger, but I think more likely that is Corey. So I think that's the order we will go in, and I think the ring is enough evidence that Corey, yes, will be one of the copycat killers, but I don't think necessarily Michael will kill him. I think it will be Lori, but Michael will recover his quote original mask from Corey after he's dead. But I'm really hoping that they do give us a second copycat killer. Will that person have a ring too? I don't know. But we definitely do see the ring persistently with the copycat, or at least one of the copycats. But again, this could be just another person who has the ring. Because, again, we don't know for sure, is this Corey? My main concern is if Corey does the killings as, quote, Michael, he's too short and he doesn't have super strength. But the way Michael is acting in certain scenes, if that's the copycat, How is he acting like this? Why is he so tall? We can assume this is Mathis, and I don't see Mathis at all in this entire trailer. So if he's still in this film, they've really done a good job of hiding him. I cannot spot him at all. I think that's where we are, and I think from the unmasking, that's probably real Michael. That's probably James, which suggests that Corey was killed a little bit earlier. So that's what we're going to have. We're definitely going to have Michael, and we're probably going to have Corey as a copycat killer, but I think there will be an extra copycat, and that will be part of the major twist at the end of the film. But again, I could be wrong, but I do think the ring and the bandaged hand gives a lot of good reasons to think, yes, there are at least going to be one copycat, but probably two copycats in Halloween Ends. And there we are.